All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm in a good mood.
Already. Here we go.
Beautiful day. Welcome back to the Awakening Room podcast, episode 10.
Yes, episode 10. We on 10 already.
10, we at it again. Okay, so it's Trust.
That is Mike, of course.
And
today's guest.
We got another guest. And lo and behold, the guest that we have today is a very, very unique individual. Not only is she a unique individual, she's a very powerful, creative, intuitive, empathic, energy-filled, operational creator. Now, all of these words are just flowing out of me. This individual has abilities upon which she tries to smother and cover, but they stand front and center for those who can see. She sees. She knows. None other than the Chronoskaleidoscope, Phoenix is Michelle, Kriya, all of the above, Michelle.
Yo, if everybody could see her face right now.
Welcome.
I knew this would happen. What's going on, sis?
Welcome, Michelle.
I'm speechless. I mean, because who? Me? Little old me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
We are good. How are you?
All the above.
Yes.
Ooh.
Breathe.
Okay. It's a beautiful day. It's an absolute beautiful day. I'm doing well today.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing well. A little nervous, but I'm well. And
That's
then
okay.
You gave me a lot of descriptive words there, so yeah, I like you're not supposed to know.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I guess I'll forgive you in a few minutes.
Oh, Lord.
I guess.
Okay, I mean, as long as I get forgiven, then all is well.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll get over it. But no, seriously. Thank you for asking. And I thank myself for accepting. Yes. That was a little hard. Yeah. You gotta know to know. If you don't know, I'm not going to voluntarily tell you anything. No, it will not.
I get it.
Okay.
So we spoke on your creativity, and not all that long ago, we noticed the comics.
Yes.
I really like the comics. I think.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Go ahead. I promise to behave. I promise. I promise.
It's on you. So let's speak on the comics. Like, what made you take this approach? Like, what was the thought process? How did it all unravel?
For the comics, it was more or less like, how can I simplify and not put a lot of energy into something I'm just doing to pass the time, and playing around with AI. And it was like, okay, so AI is getting all these upgrades and updates. So let me see what it can do. And then I started playing around. Okay, do this in a comic. Create me as a comic version of me. Just put this in a comic, or put this word with me, but make it fun. And the first one that I did was actually the one where, as far as like the comic goes, was put me in a comic and put it to where I address the fact that when people bring attention to what I have done, then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? Well, never mind. You like it? You want me to do more? That's okay. I don't want to do that anymore. Because why are you over here looking at me? I think that's what that's all about. But that's where it started. And then from there, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. This is kind of fun. So I kept playing with it a little bit more. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to just post it. Boom. And I was like, okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to post another one. Boom. Okay, Well, wait a minute. But yeah, it was pretty much, how can I save time? How can I, because, I distract myself while I'm at work from the moments that I don't want to be a part of, if that makes sense, even though I got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So my creative outlet goes to, what can I do to occupy my brain while this person is yelling at me? What can I do to occupy my brain while this person is telling me this story that I don't need?
Yeah.
And Michelle will zone real quick. So Michelle finds a way to ground herself in the moment, which is, let me play with the device that I'm not supposed to have in my desk. That's the short version of that. But yeah, creative outlet, learning AI, and doing the least amount, but getting a full impact. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
I will say.
I hope that answered your question.
No, it did.
Okay.
I will say that yes, the comics are very, very good, very entertaining.
Very much so.
Very, very you. Like as I read them and see them, I'm like, yeah, this is Michelle.
Thank you.
Very you.
Thank you.
I am thoroughly enjoying it, but I've always enjoyed your post, and like I said, if you can see, you can see. When you know, you know. So.
But the thing is though, when you actually get to talk with you and learn your personality, like the comics, like it comes out more.
Yeah.
So it actually shows more of you, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I do too.
But not everybody gonna know
personality.
Me.
Right.
That's a small few. Like just a small few. Even though I say it through even the words that I share, while sometimes like there is a message in what I'm saying, but part of it might be me and my reality, and part of it might be something that I saw somebody else experience, but somehow or a way or another, it's like, okay, say these words. And again, while I'm on them people's phone and I disconnect, I'm receiving what to type. So I'm listening to them, but I'm typing. So yeah, and then I go back and read it later on when somebody, like, I'll post it and then come back later on and be like, why did I choose that song? Why did I say that? Who said that? I don't remember saying that. So it's a weird process, but yeah, okay. I think I overshared now, but that's okay.
No, you good.
No, you're good.
There's no oversharing here.
Yeah. This is the sharing place.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because remember, I can go squirrel, like, but in this moment, I got to be a part of the conversation. I can't just be like, listen, all right, and let's get distracted with something else and come back and see where we're at this moment. I can't do that. But yeah, I mean, it's just an outlet. Creativity is an outlet for me, period. Just, matter of fact, last night I was kind of reflecting upon some years where the most important thing to me was to be able to create. Like, I had to be able to create. That was my outlet. Like, everything else that was going on for me, I had to be able to create. And I don't know, I just kind of looked at the pictures based on something that happened in ChatGPT. And I was like, let me go back and look at those pictures. There's a lot of those was popping up for me recently. And how the thing shows up, like all the, like your memories.
Your memories, yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me go look at this. And then I was like, let me go back and, oh, wait, I remember I did that. Oh, I remember when I did that. Or, oh, I remember when I did that. And it was just kind of like, I was creating. But, yeah, creativity. I'm a serial creator.
Serial creator. Being that you mentioned that, and you said creativity is like an outlet for you, do you feel like it's solely an outlet, or do you feel like it's something that you're being guided to do?
Both. So on the guided part, I'm a circle back to the first thing that you introduced me as was Chronoskaleidoscope. So with that, it's a big picture that I'm going to try to make small for this moment. Okay. So Chronoskaleidoscope began, so I thought, because I wanted to learn more about astrology as Michelle. And it was like, who all over there? Like, what energy is at play today? Because I want to manipulate that energy. I want to be able to use that energy for what's going on in this moment. So that's how it, quote unquote, got started. But it has kind of morphed into a whole lot more. But more, for the most part, just what's going on. And then as part of that process, I got into something else that I'm gonna leave on the shelf for right now. But with that, those beings created like patterns. Like we are always in a pattern. And a lot of astrologers or people that study astrology will say at this time and the last time this particular planetary alignment was in play, this is what was happening as a whole. So if the patterns are repeating, why can't we use that today to navigate this path that we're on? We have to be here to have this journey. Why can't I use that information? If they told me ahead of time, Neptune is going to be doing this, why can't I use that? Why can't I know that? Why can't I know what Jupiter is doing? Why can't I know which one of those beings in the sky, or however you want to say it? Why can't I know how you're going to impact me today? Right. It's like, like if your kid says, I don't want to go to school today, and you're like, well, why don't you want to go to school today? They tell you there's a pattern that has been created that they don't want to participate in. So why can't I know that pattern that's going to impact me? They say, oh, my sun sign, oh, the moon is full. Why is the moon being full important for you? Why can't I use what the moon is doing? The moon, why can't I use that for myself? Right. So long story short, that's how Chronoskaleidoscope became. And then it was solely for myself. But then I was like, well, let me share this. Because if this is a pattern and energy is telling me, you know what, today focus on your first house, focus on your second house, focus on your 12th house. They're telling me what to focus on. So why not tell other people, hey, these are energies as I play today. Figure out where this particular energy showed up for you today. Does that make sense? I told you I can get, but that's yeah. I left. Okay, I'm gonna come back.
No, you good.
No, continue.
Yeah, we're following. It's I think it's interesting because thinking about the whole guided situation, and I guess as we get further along and deeper into the topic and talk about, whether or not humanity is being guided and etc. by other beings and things, like you didn't necessarily mention extraterrestrial or interdimensional entities. You mentioned astrology, but that's a form of guidance. So yeah, in that sense, you're like, okay, like you said, you thought, okay, I'm just going to do this for me because it's interesting. I want to use this for my benefit, but now I'm going to share this as well because, hey y'all, I figured this out. Maybe this will help you too. And in a way, yes, perhaps you were guided by extra dimensional entities as well as astrology at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Because somewhere in that placement, it said, hey, like this. So I'm almost kind of like dealing with the Chronoskaleidoscope. I'm gonna leave that be. Okay, I'm gonna relax because I'm gonna grab some other stuff that goes on, and that's too far. But them beings, those celestial beings, definitely influence. Even with people where they say, the numbers. Oh, I saw this number. That's a number telling you, oh, you on the right path. No, you're not on the right path. Switch this up a little bit, or if you following the numbers, you are already being guided. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really excited. Or if you say, oh, you know what? I spilled the coffee on the way out the house today. The people will say, oh, that you spilled the coffee because you might have needed to be delayed for a few minutes.
Right.
You don't think that's that? So if you leave the coffee on the floor and you go out and you be like, oh, if you took them 2 minutes to pick the coffee up off the floor, would you have not missed the moment? Right. Or maybe you would have not missed the moment. We'll never know, will you? We'll never know. But think of it like even with people where they were like, oh, I was supposed to go to that event, but something happened and I didn't get to make it. Mm-hmm. What happened? Like, was it something major or no? It's a lot. Okay.
It is a lot. So, essentially, if the question is, are we, humanity, being guided by other hands, other forces? You say yes.
I say yes. A strong, emphatically yes.
Emphatically yes. I do agree. And even to the point where, even if you can say, well, I'm making my own decisions and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. That's without even considering the fact that there is a higher version of you that's guiding the you that you think you are in making decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's a game. So somebody got the controller. Do you got the controller?
I can get one.
Is he going to work for, oh, you know what, I want that car. Okay, how you going to get that car? Okay, go do this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Well, you ain't going to get that car.
You know what? It's funny it's interesting that you mentioned the car. We do have an example of something like that. So Mike would always say he wanted an Acura. Beautiful car. Oh, that's the car.
I was talking about Acura since I was like a teen. I was like, Acuras are so beautiful. Mm-hmm. I would always talk about it. Yeah, that's a beautiful car.
Beautiful car.
Look at the way it's built, like everything.
And so one day, I think we were just out to eat one night, and I don't remember, Red Lobster?
We went out to Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. And it was just, the vibe was very nice. The waiter, the hostess, even the other people, like the people at other tables around us, everything was just real cool.
Yeah, it felt like it had an ambiance to it.
Yes, felt like an ambiance. And this is just Red Lobster, right? Everybody's like, yeah, Red Lobster. But the ambiance, the energy of the whole moment just was just good. It had a different feeling. The guy joking with us, laughing. And I think we talked about the Acura that night. We talked about it.
We were talking.
It was a conversation.
What it was is we had the so this is right after COVID. We had just had the awakening, and with the guidance given, it changed my perspective on everything. Like, so like I feel like even our bond between the two of us, we've been together forever, but I felt like it was an eye opener. Right. So to me, it felt like things were like new, if you understand what I'm saying. So we were just there talking. We were just saying how grateful we are for everything. At the time, we had a Honda HR-V, and I was just saying, again talking about the Acura. I was like, oh, they so. Could you imagine
having one
Acura? And so what we were doing was we were actually going to. We were going to go to the dealership just to see if we can get an upgrade.
Upgrade to the HR-V.
The new HR-V that was coming out, I really liked it. But the problem was because of COVID, when everything got shut down, certain models only went to Asia. Yeah. And I was hoping it would come to the States. Damn. So anyway, we go to the dealership, and just going there just to ask questions. And then as a seller, you trying to make a sale, and we like, look, we good. Yeah. I just wanted some information. And then it was like, okay, well, what are you looking for? So I told them the newer one, like, is it like how
HRV,
the new HRV, like how far is it gonna be before it comes to,
And they was
before,
like,
and they was like, well, we don't know, and this and the third. They was like, well, what car are you interested in? I was like, well, I love the Acuras.
I think we also looked at the Nissan Kick before
Oh,
we
yeah,
actually
that's
went to
when
the
the Nissan
Acura
Kick, so
too.
I was just
We
like,
actually
no.
saw that outside. I was looking at it. We was like, nah. So,
So anyway, they ask, like, what kind of cars are you interested aside from that? So I was like, Acuras, like I love Acuras. And he was like, oh, well, it's under the same umbrella. And I was like, yeah, I know. He was like, well, you know what? Let me make a phone call. Excuse me. And I'm just like, okay.
just to see. And
Just
he was
to
like,
see.
we
And he
could
was
go
like-
over there and just check
he
out
said-
the assortment.
Yeah, like we can, because it was right across the street. So he was like, we can go over there. It's under the same umbrella. And, if everything lines up, you can actually get an upgrade with the Acura. And I was like, what? So we go over there now. We talking to the people at Acura. And they was like, well, with the credit and everything that's going on, there would be, you wouldn't have to pay
Zero
anything.
interest.
Zero interest. It's a brand new Acura, new year and everything.
Same current year.
And they was like, yeah. And I'm just like, what? So we looking at each other.
This was not the intention.
No, not at all. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, you think this gonna happen? And she like, because the lady had to go leave, whatever it is they're
Whatever they
doing
do.
behind. And we sitting there, I'm like, you think this gonna happen? And she was like, I don't know, like we gonna see. And I'm just like, could you imagine we leave right now with this brand new car? And I'm just like,
And
it's my
did.
dream car. And then they come back, they was like, look, everything looks like a go. Like you can get the keys today. And I'm just like, what? What? I'm excited. And so everything played out.
Everything
But
played out.
to bring everything back full circle, to make it seem like we're not just drifting off, the guidance is when you show appreciation, right? When you show gratitude and you walk and you make the steps to do so, it changes your reality.
Yeah.
So then the other question is it the energies or is it you? The thing is there's a balance, because you have to take an action as well.
You have to take the action as well.
You have to take that. You can get the guidance, right, and the information, but you have to make the action.
Yeah.
You have to take action.
Yeah. Because it's not going to always knock at your door and be like, hey,
Nope.
if you go up the street, around the corner, and through the woods, you might be able to get it accurate today. And you'd be like, oh, don't you want to go out to eat? You want Red Lobster, don't you? Let's go.
Right.
And just
You
so
know, I
happens
was-
it truly looked like a TV show. Like, when they go out on a restaurant, it's this romantic day, even though we were just chilling. But no, I say that because the lights were dim. That's why I say the ambiance, and I was just like, yo, this don't.
And we just sitting at the table.
And we were saying how like this is so cool, like this don't even feel real. And that's what we were saying. Literally, we literally was like, this don't even feel real. And the very next day, that's when we went to the dealership and got the new car.
The very next day.
The very next day.
I love that story. Thank you for sharing. That's cool. Because, yeah, we guided. I don't care how people want to say they guided. Oh, God told me to go over to... That's what, even God told me to do it.
That's a guy.
That's guidance.
Yes.
Something told you. Something you heard.
Mm-hmm.
Go do this. And you went and did it. And it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Now, on the flip side, we gotta... we can't just do the one side. We gotta do the flip side as well.
I was just about to say, now, do we really listen to that guy? And I was going to say something else. Hold on. Do we listen to the guidance? I lost that thought. But yeah, I don't always listen to the guidance. I'll say no in a minute. Michelle will do that. No. Why not? No.
Oh.
Because why? Why do I need to do that? It might be beneficial for me, but no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, what makes you say no then?
It depends on what it is.
No,
honestly.
And that's fair, because
It is.
It's been times where I got guidance and I was just like, yeah, that'd be a no. But I do end up, I end up doing it eventually. But at first I'd be like, But
Yeah,
okay, so
I
but
don't do
why me though? Like why I gotta be the one?
Why I gotta do it? Yeah.
But I always
Like
end up
even-
doing it.
Even this, Michelle, would you like to do this? Yeah, no. Oh, why would I want to do that? No. And I thought about it and I was like, okay, well, maybe. And I was like, well, if something else happens, then I'll consider it. And that something happened. And I was like, well, what about if this happens? Then I'll consider it. Then I'll say yes. You see, I'm here, right?
Mm-hmm. I just want to inquiring minds want to know, what were the something else's that you were requiring to happen that needed to happen for this to happen?
They were basically little things. So, like, number one, okay, she asked, okay, whatever. That was just like a polite, hey, join us. You know, we're doing this. We would love to have you. Okay, yeah. Then it was like, well, if I get this message, then I'll do it. You know, I'll really consider doing it. And this is the one, the message that was kind of like, she didn't kind of got me in my language. And you said, let's just have a conversation. And what do you say? What do you say? What do I say? My thing is with people, you just got to listen to me. You just got to have a conversation with me. In that conversation, something, you going to get something. Mm-hmm. You just got to have the conversation. So I was like, okay, well, so since y'all put it like that, I guess I got to do it. Okay, now when are we going to do it? Okay, so only if this happens, then I'll do it. And again, here we are. I think you sent me a message about something. I don't remember what that message was in this moment. But yeah, you sent me a message. And I was like, okay, I guess I got to do it. When? Closer to June. So, okay. Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
So you was trying to put stipulations, and they keep dropping it. Your guidance. Your guidance.
I will negotiate. I definitely will negotiate. I will absolutely negotiate. I will absolutely negotiate. Michelle, can you give me a reading for what? Go get it yourself.
Oh.
What?
There's something in it where you got, it's gonna come from me, and it's gonna come from me. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna keep bothering me until I do it. Mm-hmm. Perfect example for keep bothering me till it happened. And guidance. There's this lady, and when we first met her, she told us how she had just lost her husband to his choice. And in the moment, I heard something, and I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. That's her business. I'm gonna leave it. It's not my business. Boom. Tell her this. That's not my business. I don't know this woman. I just met this woman yesterday. No, I'm not. I'm not. One day I went to this lady's desk after some time had passed, and part of this lady's message had something to do with butter. Okay. This lady had a crystal on her desk. It was fluorite, really pretty. I was like, oh, when sometimes I'm gonna come over to your desk and just get all the vibes from your pretty crystal. Boom, boom, boom. We had a conversation about the fluorite crystal. She goes, I've got some more. And she pulls out this bin of crystals from under her desk. And she pulls out this one crystal, and it looks like a little ghost, but it looks like a butter. Okay? And I just kind of looked at this crystal, and I'm kind of laughing. And of course, this is the one she picks up, and she's like, if you can tell me where I got this crystal, what did she say? If you could tell me where I got this crystal from, or which one did I get from Sedona? So, and this butter was one of them. So I was like, let me cheat a little bit. Got it. This one. And so when she said, yes, this is the one I got from Sedona. And I was like, okay, so I got this funny question for you, because apparently butter want to have a conversation. What does butter mean to you? If I tell you butter, what does that mean? And she was like, huh? And she looked at me like she saw a ghost. And I was like, she's like, nothing. And I was like, okay. Who did you get the crystal from Sedona? I was like, who did you go with to get this crystal? My sister and my mom. I'm like, okay, that's not the message. I don't know what this is. I disconnected it. The lady comes to me later on in the day. Hey, I do know what butter means. I know what it is. But it kind of threw me because you said it. And I was like, oh, so since you know what butter means, the person that told me to give you the message about butter says you wouldn't have been able to do anything different. And she's like, the tears just, and she said, that's when she was kind of like, okay, me and my husband used to argue about butter. Girl, butter, a piece of crystal. Is that thing guidance? Like, we told you to tell her about this doggone butter.
Yeah.
You're going to get guided one way or another.
One way
You
or
could
another.
say no, but that message or that circumstance going to keep presenting itself until you make the right decision.
Yeah.
You want to do this? Do this. I don't want to do that. Oh, okay, well, you're not going to get this. You wouldn't have got the car if you wouldn't have went to dinner, if you wouldn't have been in the zone. Okay, let's just go look. You know, we're in this zone right now where everything is good for us. Let's go do this. If you didn't go do this, you wouldn't even have that conversation. You wouldn't have been in alignment with that moment. So we gotta. Sometimes we just. I was kind of telling myself this earlier today. You be saying no, but what are you really saying no to? When you say yes, what are you saying yes to? Don't do that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. You got guidance. Yeah. Where did that guidance? Where did the thought come from? You? Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm scattered. Oh.
Yeah, it's not scattered because the thing is, like you said, when you go with the guidance and you actually take the steps and then you get the result that you want, it teaches you, it shows you, like, this is the way to go about it.
Yeah.
So when you're saying no to certain things, knowing that you want something, and then you're saying, no, well, I'm not going to do that. Like you said, so then you ask, well, why am I not doing it? What is the issue? So now you have to self-reflect. And then you have to address it.
Yeah.
Because now, and once you can address it, now you know what you're stopping yourself from. So again, the guidance, or is it you?
Is it you? Yeah. Yeah. And what do you want to eat today? I want some Church's chicken. You wouldn't have been in alignment with. Everything was peaceful. Just saying.
Right.
Okay. I hope I'm not veering too far off.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I do want to explore this on a wider scale. So, I mean, no, we can't speak to or about all of humanity. We can't speak for all of humanity, but on a bigger scale, humanity being guided, if we're in agreement, like, yes, we are being guided and we can give our own personal examples and scenarios into how we feel like this comes into play, then if you think about things at a larger scale, certain events and things that happen, do you feel like those are also being guided? And even the ones that we don't feel like are that great.
Yeah, because again, everything is a pattern. Everything is connected back to them celestial beings in the sky. Like when certain events occur, you can take what's going on. So like when the rocket got launched, like if you look at sudden movement, there was sudden movement in the sky, right? Going to, how do I want to say this? Sudden movement in the sky and collective. It affected the collective. Everybody was like, ooh, oh, look, they're making a change. They're making a difference, right? So you want to go look and see what's in the 11th house when they sent that rocket through the sky. What was going on with Mars when they took that rocket to the sky? That was a lot of fire movement. Like it's once you kind of like, as you know, that person says like keywords, or anybody with astrology, they say, look at the keywords. Look at the keywords. Where's that keyword on that circle? Where is where is that word at? Right? So sudden movement. Where's that sudden movement? Was it in the 11th house? Like you can always go back and find where that celestial being, because that's basically what they are. They're beings in the sky, sentient beings, celestial beings. They're different beings, but they're sending their energy to you to say, hey, use this for this. And they very well use that for that. Everything that they plan out. Even when they say Reagan was the or was it Bush? One of them. No, Reagan's wife. Reagan's wife was an astrologer. They didn't make moves he didn't make a move without her. And she was an astrologer. So they very well plan humanity events for us based on that wheel, those celestial beings in the sky that send energy to Earth. And that's not even saying about the ones that they know about that they tell us don't exist. I'm veering off. I'm gonna come back.
No, you're not veering off. And I like how you
continue.
We're gonna continue with this because I really like how you have consistently mentioned the celestial beings in the sky, the sentient celestial beings in the sky. When you hear astrologers speak, they don't say that. They just say the planet this that rules this and the ruler of that and this. They never give it that sentience in which we know it has.
Right.
To say, I am a sentient being and I am actually making decisions and actions that are guiding you. I'm not just a rock that's in the sky that has an electromagnetic field that's pulling and pushing. And no, I'm a sentient being. I have a consciousness.
Yeah. Just like with Earth, what do we call Earth? What name does Earth have other than Earth?
Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, whatever things people want to call it. But yes, this.
Mother Nature, you mad today?
Right.
Why we can't say that for Neptune?
True. Right.
Neptune, you got your head in the clouds today. What you got going on?
Yeah. The only other one people will speak to like that is Mercury. When Mercury retrograde, people, it's the catchphrases. People be like, Mercury is doing a thing. Mercury retrograde.
See? That's a being. You're addressing a being. You're not addressing a thing. You're addressing a being. Yes. It's like you don't say my pants are not fitting right today. But they're the same pants, right? You're the same person that was putting them on last week, right? So what changed? Who changed? You or the same? I'm just saying.
Right?
Yeah. Them celestial beings. They
yes.
And then when they get over there next to the other one, they be like, he over here with me, y'all. Who all over there?
Who all over there?
I'm not coming. Oh, such and such, I'm not coming. I'm going to stay in the house today. It's just not best for me to be outside today. Why? Because something influenced you to stay.
Right.
No. Or it was just you. It was just you. You just made the decision. You didn't want to go outside today. And then the accident on the highway. But you were supposed to be in that. If you had did things differently. Right? I don't feel like being with other people today. Why not? I just don't. It's just something about something. It's just something. You got that idea out of nowhere, right?
That intuitive knowing that
everybody.
Yep, it happens to everybody at some point in time. There's some reference everybody can go to where they're like, even if it's not just intuition, it could be like you said, some random habit, like, oh, you dropped your coffee. But I remember driving with two of my cousins. They came to visit from Chicago. This is when I was younger, late teens, 18, 19. Two cousins came from Chicago, and we were driving back to my house, and we get to, like, we're listening to, I even remember the song on the radio, Beyonce and Sean Paul, baby boy, you stay on my mind. So that was that was playing on the radio, and we having a good time singing in the car, laughing and dancing. I get to a stop sign. Now, at this stop sign, there's a street in front, a two-way street in front, and then there's like another street that veers off to the other side behind us. So it's a weird intersection. And we get there, and right before I'm about to make my turn, mind you, I feel like it's clear for me to turn. Right before I'm about to make my turn, a bee flies into the car. A bee flies into a car, and the three of us females, we all, We screaming
Right.
and we like, get the bee out the car. I don't move because bee in the car. I'm not about to pull off yet. Crash right in front of us.
Yeah.
A crash happens. A guy on a motorcycle and a car. And we see it and we look, never mind the bee anymore. I don't even know if the bee left the car, stayed in the car, what happened. The bee disappeared. I don't know.
The bee gone.
The bee is gone. Crash happens and now we in the, oh no, like we need to help them mode. So I think I just I pull off and pull over. We get out the car, we call the 911 and we're assisting. And then that was that. If I had actually turned, but I don't even know where these vehicles came from because like I said, I was like, it's clear to turn.
It's clear. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Only if they can see the visuals right now. Ooh, wee.
It's one of those things. And this was summertime, windows rolled down because the AC don't work, so bee flies in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. So you like,
yep.
and the next thing you know, boom, you like, oh, wait. The bee like, I'll holler at y'all. I did what I was supposed to do.
Right? Yeah. But even with all the bee pandemonium, I still had the wherewithal to keep my foot on the brake. I didn't put the car in park. Foot was still on the brake, even with the panic. People can move their feet, and we could have still went into no. My foot stayed on the brake.
Foot stay on the brake.
And then they said everything happened for a reason.
Yep.
Everything happens for a reason. Everybody, we say it all the time.
Yes, we do.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
What's the reason?
That's what I was gonna say.
What did that moment teach you?
Yeah.
And one thing that's been heavy on my thoughts lately is pause. Why? Because you give yourself a chance to process the moment. Like, and you're in a clear head. Whereas if you you didn't pause, you would have been in an accident. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you wouldn't have been in an accident because the road was clear. Right? But where'd the car come from? Where'd the motorcycle come from?
Right.
Out the sky.
Right?
I ain't gonna say what I'm watching, and he came out the sky. Yeah, okay. All right. And I laughed when putting this selecting my radio for the moment. Mm-hmm. I said, no, am I gonna select these? And so far it ain't missed yet. I should start sharing a little bit more about my moments, but yeah, we're guided more than we realize we are guided, more than we give guidance credit. Mm-hmm.
So I was
thinking.
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, once you acknowledge something, don't you have to acknowledge it? Ooh. That might go over something. Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Mike.
Yeah.
But that is good because that's what I was going to go into. I wanted to ask you about the whole third person. The whole, Michelle this, Michelle that. But you actually segued into it, if you think about it. If you go back and watch, you actually segued yourself into it. I was going to say something, and then I said, you know what? I'll let you go. You segued into it.
It just happens that way sometimes.
She keep it simple.
It's something that just happens sometimes. No, for those of you who are familiar with Michelle, we know it don't just happen sometimes.
But I'll give you the out. The reason I'm asking is because of the guidance, right? So you have the guidance, and then you make the option. So again, it's that balance. Once you have the balance, you realize it's you. Mm-hmm. It's you.
It's still you. Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to say that on her though.
This is what we're here for.
Because we are sentient beings. If you really think about it, like I always say, that like it's common. Oh, we're in the avatar. We're in the meat suit. Mm-hmm. Like if you have the control to a degree, because there's a part of you. How do I want to say that? Okay, so.
The way they say it to me is just just say it.
Oh, God. No. I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. Like we are in control, but we are not in control because we have other variables that can impact the decision. But ultimately, you have to decide between A or B. But A and B is really the same, but you just got to figure out you're going to go the hard way or you're going to go the easy way to get there. Like, what decision are you going to make? That's the one little bitty free will that we have. Like, how are you going to get there? You going to do it. What choice? How are you going to get there? Are you going to do it the long way? Are you going to do it the hard way? Like, or how are you going to get there? But here's the guidance. Just like you're as a parent, you tell your child, don't do that. You're going to burn yourself if you do that. And the child is like, what if I do this? And they do it anyway. But they got the guidance to not do it, right? Or, you know what? Do this way. Put your shoes on this way because, it'll be easier. And the child says, okay. And they put it on and they're like, it's easy. But if that child says, oh, I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to put the right shoe on the left foot and the left foot on the right foot. Then it's hard. It's difficult. It's like, why do my feet feel weird? Because you didn't listen to what I told you to do. So now you still got to do what I told you to do, but it took you longer to get there.
Yeah.
Humanity is guided. Humanity is guided. Right? We have the circumstances. Why is there this in the world? Maybe it's so you can be compassionate. Maybe it's so you can help somebody else. And when you help yourself, you feel better within yourself because, I helped this person. You don't have to brag about helping the person.
Exactly.
Some people brag about it. Why are you bragging about it? You did a good thing.
Right.
Move on.
Yeah.
But look what I did. But if it makes you feel good to share with everybody that I did something good, then share it. It is what it is. But what did it do for you? So in that, you're raising your vibration, so they say, but you're also raising the vibration of somebody else because you might influence somebody else to you know what?
To do it.
They did that. So now maybe I want to do it. So maybe that's why you're bragging about it to everybody else. So everything has its purpose because everybody's guided to do something for a reason. Do I know right now? No. Like, why is Michelle on this podcast? I don't know.
Because she loves us and she wanted to share moments of energy with us. So that's why.
Maybe it wasn't Michelle. Maybe it was another being. So you know what? Speaking of comics, I made one just for this purpose.
Nice.
You want me to?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, that was a different version of Michelle that agreed to do this.
Are you gonna share this to the social media?
Please do.
It was a little. I ran out of time, but yeah, I'm gonna still post it.
Okay.
I'm gonna still post it, but yeah, like that was a different version of me. That was under different guidance.
Interesting.
Okay. So here's the key. When these episodes are posted, we have a thumbnail. Michelle, thumbnail, comic. Ha ha ha.
You want a comic thumbnail?
Wink wink.
Okay. I'll see what creation we can come up with.
That'd be interesting.
That would be very interesting and very well appreciated. Thank you kindly.
You're gonna say thank you anyway.
Oh my God. I hope I'm answering y'all questions though. Like, this is one reason why I kind of be like, nah, because I know I'll be like, squirrel, and be gone. Like, did I answer your question?
No,
maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me think about it.
No, you answered everything. Everything aligns.
Yeah, it all aligns.
Everything aligns. And that's the other thing. It's like, hopefully everybody, and this is what I want, I would like at least, is for everybody to follow along. To see how things progress and,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is not going to be simple.
Right.
Some things are going to be more thought-provoking, more complex. It may seem like it's out the way, but if you really sit with it, you realize it all makes sense.
You have a conversation, you just got to follow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just got to follow
I learned
it. We, one thing that you did state about the variables, like, okay, we control some things. Control is one of those factors that we get spoken to quite often about through guidance. It's like, stop trying to control.
Let it flow.
Let it flow.
Oh, wait.
Let things flow as they are to flow. Stop trying to control things. And usually that comes along with like, we're trying to control outcomes, right? It's like, okay, if I do this way, then this is how it's supposed to turn out.
Yeah,
But that's
absolutely.
not necessarily true.
Oh, child. Serial creator can attest. Because, like, why did I go through this whole process to now be told, okay, now go do this? What do you mean go do this? I just put all the time and effort into this. Why can't this have movement? It had the movement until it didn't have the movement. Now we want you to do this as movement. But then when you think about sometimes with situations like that, you might be putting little bitty pieces together for the big picture.
Right. Right.
Because now, oh, you know what? Remember I did that. Like I was saying, I reflected upon this. Oh, when I did that, that helped me do that. And then that helped me do that. And then, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just that in the moment we can't see, or we just don't see the bigger picture in that moment.
Yeah. And so it kind of goes back to just go with the flow, because you go with the flow of things. Everything is moving. Mm-hmm. But if you try to stay in that, then you're restricting the movement. Mm-hmm. I can't believe some of these words are coming out of my mouth. Well, okay.
Have you ever like went back to your work, like just over time, just go back to it and just think like, wow, like I've done that, and not only that, but starting to realize, I guess, your purpose in certain ways, if that's making sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of tying back to that time period where my most important thing was creating. It led to the creator today. Like all of it. Mm-hmm. All of it. It led to this creator today. Like each little piece of it. Like it had like this part of me is the one that does the visual, the aesthetic part. Like
the wheels
without saying a whole lot, can I mention the gift that I gave you?
Yes.
Can I talk about the presentation of that?
Yes.
Okay, so that is like my creation part. Like I want you to feel from the moment you receive it to like the end, like there's a whole story mm-hmm. that's being told, from even just like the card, like there's a story. You go to the next part, there's a story. All of it is connected together. There's a story. Mm-hmm. And each part of that connects to the storyteller today. Even though I don't like telling stories, but it all led up to who I am today. And if I were to do that same gifting, it would be stepped up a notch. Like everything all leads to who I am today. Mm-hmm. Everything. Yeah, everything. Even though I was putting things together. Okay, well, how do I do this color? How do I learn how to work with this? How do I learn how to do this? Okay, well, go do this. Go figure this out. Okay, well, go do this. But this ain't got nothing to do with this over here. But go do it anyway. Mm-hmm. But this ain't got nothing to do with this over here. I want to do this. No, go do this right now. But then it helped over here too.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah.
But it's a very thorough and beautiful process.
The presentation was amazing.
Yeah, the presentation. Listen.
The presentation was amazing.
It was, and it was different too. Just for people listening, I was gifted a bracelet, and those of you who, okay. 2 bracelets.
Yeah, it was 2.
It was 2 bracelets. 2 bracelets. Okay. One was like a pocket size. I think that's what you said. Like I could slide in my pocket size.
Yeah.
Wherever it could fit in. And then the other one was the bracelet. The bigger size bracelet. So And there was also a seahorse. There was a seahorse with it, my little charm, and another little charm.
Yeah.
And so
I don't remember what the other little charm was now.
It
in
said
this
trust.
moment. Oh, okay. Never mind.
So, and the box was very, I called it fancy. Nice, fancy box. I was like, kind of made me, okay, so those of you who know me, you know I do bracelets as well. So, kind of made me go, her box is better than my box.
You know the crazy thing is?
And it was a basic box, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. Mm-hmm. It was not. And the crazy thing is when, I'm going to drift off to the bracelet.
Go ahead.
Because we were coming together and I was telling her how the presentation, because I was like, I wanted to look like this. It was her thing, but I'm like, look, I'm telling you, it should look like this. And I seen it. I seen the box you had. And I swear to you, I looked at it like 3 times and I kept looking at it. And I'm like, but the way people using it, I'm like, I don't understand. Like what is this box? And I looked at it 3 times and then I was like, you know what? I really like that, but I don't know how this fits into the way I want to see it. Mm-hmm. Just for some time after it to come back to you anyway. And I was like, yo, this the box. Like, this is fire though. I was like, yo, this is fire.
Just turning it around, holding it, like, look at you. You can look at it, you can see it. Like, was like, made me clutch my pearls.
I looked at that thing 3 times, and I was like, I like it, but I don't know how it fits into the way I'm my vision is, but I really like this. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, whatever. Let's just go to this way.
And one way this whole gift exchange kind of connects back to guidance. So the bracelet contained fluorite. Mm-hmm. I had a fluorite pendant. I think it was the first pendant. The very first one. Very first pendant I ever got. And when we left the metaphysical shop and I had it on, I felt like in the moment, because I'm driving, everything was like, whoo. Like I was having a reaction to the fluorite pendant. My favorite thing. I would not want to take it off. It had broke. Pissed me off. I was so upset about that. But I held on to the little broken piece. I think I still got it in like one of my purses. But I no longer had it to wear. And I was wearing it broken for a while. But I was just like, eh. But then now I have 2 bracelets with fluorite. And was like, I got my fluorite.
It ain't gotta be broken pieces no more.
It ain't gotta be broken pieces no more. And so
I never knew that part. That's cool.
I got the bracelets with the fluorite, and I actually just to say I've been wearing the bracelet a lot more recently. I literally just took it off last night, and it's on the nightstand by the table.
But again, even with that though, the reason I'm asking, like when you go back to look at your work, like look at even that bracelet, look at the detail of it, the type of the shape.
The shape.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
geometrical. Like if you pay attention to the details, then it helps you understand who you are with your purpose. If you understand if you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah, that person. I don't want to say that person scares me, because she don't scare me, but, and I don't want to say it humbles me, but like that's it does. Like he just said, woo. It's if we realize who we are, you would just feel different. You just,
it changes everything.
It changes. Like it just be like, damn, like I created that, like I did that. Yeah. Like, dang, I don't even remember when I did that, but I did that. How did I know how to do that? Like you follow the guidance. You just you create beautiful things.
Yeah, you just trust it.
And that's for everybody. Like everybody is capable of creation. Like it's how are you using that creation? How are you creating? What are you creating? And kind of goes back to manipulating energy. Like, how are you using that capability to create? Like what are you creating?
Exactly.
Oh. What are you creating? Yeah. But yeah, when I look back on a lot of my stuff, I can tell you how I'm an amplifier today.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I might do it a little bit with a little bit more confidence.
Yes.
But I don't like creating out of anger, which I need to create out of anger. And just so, and I made a cartoon about that. It was like a little thing, but it's like, how do you got to give all of it an outlet, but I don't create out of anger, like at least not. And I feel like most things that I create are, I won't say beautiful, but they're beautiful.
It's always beautiful. Yeah. It's a creation.
But I don't want to connect anger to that beauty.
It's beauty in sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
It's beauty in everything.
And here's the thing. The anger. Okay, so humanly, we say anger and we fully mean it negatively, right? It's like, oh no, anger, bad, pow pow. So it's like, but as you stated, you don't want to create out of anger. But when you're using that emotion, which is the energetic motion that you're classifying as anger, to when you're channeling it and directing it into in a transformative moment of creation, it goes, there's so many layers and levels, right? Most people who create things handmade, small businesses, they say things like made with love because it sounds very nice and good. Imagine getting a sticker on a product that you purchase and it says made with anger. Imagine that, right? Imagine getting something and it has a sticker on it and says made with anger. But
you don't want it.
But let's say before you saw that sticker, you saw this piece online and it was the most beautiful piece, spoke to your soul, and you're like, I'm buying that, pull the trigger, bought. But it gets to you and it says made with anger. You're going to want to, you gotta return it. You want to return. Excuse me. You sent me the wrong product. This says made with anger. I do not buy nothing.
What I saw was love. It looked beautiful.
Yes. It now shifts your perspective of the item because it says that word anger. However, maybe the person was in an angry space and was able to go through their personal alchemical transformation and created this beautiful piece for you that spoke to you because maybe you need help in channeling your anger in a positive direction. So this is why you connected with that piece, because they were able to do that in that moment and present something very positive and productive out of that anger.
Yeah.
Have you never heard the phrase, what is it, beautiful chaos? What is it?
Something like
that. Is it something like that, beautiful chaos?
Yeah. Yeah, I just... Oh, okay. I hear you.
Don't nobody steal my made with anger and start putting it on t-shirts and stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it without my credit.
You better put a trademark on it, put that stamp on it, because they oh my God, I heard it. I'm gonna get a trademark for it.
Yeah.
But
it's transmutating.
Thinking about it in this perspective, there's some things where it was like, like I said, I didn't want to create that. It's like, well, I'll do that when I'm in a different headspace. But when I'm in that headspace, that particular creation, that particular moment is going to be different because I'm no longer that version of me that created it. Ew. Okay, that's fine.
And also, it doesn't have to be creating like a physical piece of product. You can be like, for example, if some people have different outlets for their anger, right? Let's say somebody likes to go dance when they're angry.
Yeah.
That is still creation. You're dancing, you're creating something.
Yeah.
That movement and that energy is still creation. So even if it's not producing a product, it's still some form of creation, whatever outlet you decide to take.
Yeah. And then when you look at people that are dancing and they showed where they were just putting all the, and you even start shedding tears, like you're feeling the emotion through their movements.
Right.
Ooh, child. Okay. Oh, I apologize to whoever. No, I don't. I do, but I don't. I mean, the decision was made. It is what it is on that part. That's interesting. Okay.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Oh. Pause. Okay. Okay, we can come back. I apologize. That was a moment.
You want to continue?
I think we can continue, yeah. This is just a podcast, right? Like, you know what? Let's pause for a commercial break.
We sitting there just looking like,
yeah, we ready for it. We waiting.
Our
ready.
sponsor is those sentient beings in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to show you the chart for our session, our moment here.
Okay.
All right.
And you might laugh a little. I'm just saying.
But I wanted to go back to the creation thing, right? And I think this is why, as we, I guess, go through the motions of things, and then we reflect on the work that we've done, and you, like I said, you find out certain things about yourself. You find out who you are, what you're capable of, in detail, like when you can really sit and get it. You know what I'm talking about. It's good to share, because the things that you were saying, I felt a lot of myself, which I think this is why I'm, I guess, trying to push you to it, because it's certain things that I realize, and it's like you said, you don't want to feel, what was the word you used? Once you start to realize certain things, you don't want to give it like an ego or anything like that.
Yeah.
You just realize like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is what I'm capable of, and
Yeah.
you kind of just like don't want to say much,
Yeah.
but it's like, this is why it is important, because, like we said in the other thing, like we all pour into each other.
Pour into each other.
We pour into the collective, so it got to a point where, I was like, well, I realize certain things and I know what I can do to help people, and I'm just like, well, I don't know if they will receive it, or, whatever the case is. And it's just like, just do what you do. You know what you do. Who cares? They get it. They will get it. Trust me. This is the message that I'm getting. It's the guidance that I'm getting. You know. We know. They know. Rather they know it or not. So continue. And I say, okay.
Yeah.
I say, okay. I get certain epiphanies about, other people here or there or whatever the case. And I just be like, I'll keep that to, like you were saying, like, that ain't none of my business. But I've been there already. It's okay.
Yeah.
If they decide not to, then that's on them. That's their free will.
Yeah.
But you're doing your part. It's okay to share. Sometimes we find out certain things, certain gifts or the powers that we hold, and we kind of get scared of it sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. You walk. What do they tell us all the time? Walk in your power. Why would you shy from yourself? This is you.
No need to fear yourself.
Right.
This is you.
Right.
If they can't handle it, okay. But let's try to do it in a way that we can be on a, on a level playing field. Let's meet in the same frequency. You understand?
I do.
We just sharing a moment.
Yeah, you know what? There you go. Just sharing the moment. I be wanting to share, overshare. I be wanting to overshare. I be going, Oh, I think for sure because we be playing with ourselves. Like everybody, we be playing with ourselves. Like even just to reflect, like, hiding. I don't hide, but I hide. Like, but I don't need to prove who I am. And it's kind of the other day, it was a self conversation moment. And I'm gonna just read. I'm gonna share, and people can take it how they want to take it. Okay. So it was a moment where stop playing with me, and then I said, "Why do you say that?" Because people underestimate me and who I am and what I am truly capable of. A wolf in sheep's clothing. I have nothing to prove. You do, and even then, you don't. You want to. When you proved who you were, when you said hello.
Interesting.
And then after I wrote that, I came across somebody's post where they were talking about your name, how the name has power. But I didn't really grasp 100% about what she said, but it made me think about a moment where I did an interaction with the wolf. And when I was conversating with this wolf, jackety. When I was conversating with this wolf, he would meditate in the moment. And like, you know how people where they, like, you ask them a question and they go and they kind of like drift off. So like every question he would drift off. And I was like, I'm like, so he goes and connects, like he does something different like in this entire conversation. So when I wanted him to focus, it was like, introduce yourself. Like in that moment, I was like, hey, my name is Michelle. What's yours? And he dropped his guard and said, my name is, and it was just kind of interesting. Like the name, like, why is your name when you call somebody, they drop their attention and look like you have to, like when you address the person by their name. Why do you drop your guard when somebody says your name? You're full attention when somebody says your name. Why? Like you don't have any defenses on, right? You just, who called my name? Why are you calling my name? What do you want? It's not the defensive. It's just, I'm ready, but you're wide open. You don't answer and be like, yeah.
That's true.
You just be like, yeah. You it's me, right?
Yeah.
So I say all that to say nothing, but you ain't gotta prove who you are. You already who you are.
Yeah.
You just need to do. You just be, right? And that's how they tell us all the time in guidance. Just be.
Just be.
You know what I can say is, I guess my first real interaction is when we had the treatment in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I knew of you. You were in the sessions, right? The big group sessions, but I've never spoke to you. I don't even think we were following each other on social media.
No.
Right?
Wait.
I knew of you. I knew nothing of what you were capable of. Right? We had no interactions until Jamaica. And as we were there, I was just like, I thought to myself, because me, like, I don't really talk much on social media. I'm more of a face-to-face person. Like, if we're around and I'll sit and I'll talk to you, like, I need to see face-to-face. I want to feel the energy, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, this is my moment to know who she is. I don't want to know what anybody, or if anybody has had anything to her. I want to see for myself. And as I went there and I spoke with you, we had a conversation and things like that, I found it to be really interesting. I found it to be interesting for the fact that I think the first interaction, we were on the main level by the couch, and you had asked me a question. Truly, I don't even know what the question was, but I caught myself going on a rant about fighting or something, or getting back to fighting, because as you know, I was out for a while. I had a little situation, health scare, whatever. But as I was getting back to it, anyway, you asked the question and I started talking about getting back to it, and I noticed your reaction. And then that's what made me catch myself. And I was like, the hell am I talking about right now? And then I stopped myself. And then you was like, no, continue. You was like, I seem to have this effect on people. And I watch it because I read a lot of body language. And there's times where when I do catch myself slipping, I acknowledge it and I'm like, oh, I'm slipping. Then it's just like, well, why did I slip? Like automatically my wheels start going, why did I slip? What just happened? So I start to analyze everything in that moment. And it hit me the second we looked at each other and I seen your reaction. And I was like, oh, she's good. She's good. It hit me. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So, of course I had to regroup. So I'm like, all right. Not that I was putting a guard up, but I just caught myself slipping. I noticed it. And I noticed you noticed it. Just that quick.
And I was like, he's just telling me everything.
Yeah, and because you remember what I'm talking about. And just that quick, it all hit me and I got everything. And I said, oh, she's good. She's good. And then we kept talking.
I mean, it's only fitting that it happened. Y'all got twin names, Michael and Michelle.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
We definitely some gifts down here on this here planet Earth. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And actually, it wasn't. That was the second day because the first day, remember, that's when everything popped off.
Everything just went poof.
That's when everything got crazy that first day.
When everybody was supposed to release something and some people was holding on.
And I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the floor with you. We just talking, smelling each other's breath. That thing was so crazy. But everybody was so vulnerable.
My body was spazzing. I was like, oh my God, I got a cramp. I can't believe I would just lay here. And you was like, it's okay. I'll lay here with you. I was like, okay.
But it was a beautiful moment for everybody. Because everybody let their guard down. We all shared love to each other. Everybody shared for each other,
the vulnerability that was present.
Everything.
It's just everybody
in
the rough, ugly cry phase.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Everybody
like what just happened?
It was
they
so
said,
emotional.
Release all of that. You ain't gotta be that person now. Yep. That's what that told me. You ain't gotta be that person right here. You ain't gotta be her. You ain't gotta be him.
But at that moment also, everybody, we were all on the same accord. We all in the same frequency. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this is how the collective should work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no judgment, no nothing. Like I said, we all remember that was the first night. We all met each other for the first time.
Seen each other in person.
In person.
Barely 5 minutes into, okay, you're all here now? Got it.
You know what
Let's
I'm saying?
Go.
I'm sitting like I said.
walk in, trust in her moment. I was like, do I need to go get everybody? No. Everybody just started slowly just coming in.
Yep.
I don't think nobody went and got nobody. Oh. But all of a sudden it was like, let's go.
Yeah. And then again, like we said, people crying. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'd never had a conversation with
wiping people's snot.
But yeah, crying. Look, you laying on the floor and I'm like, look, I'll lay with you. Like we sitting there so close. We can smell each other's breath. It's crazy, but nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared.
I hope it wasn't too bad.
No. Look, everybody crying, everybody had bad breath.
Right.
It is what it is. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's pure.
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm saying. It was pure. Nobody cared.
In that moment, it was unconditional.
It was pure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm here for you. We're going to get through this together. Release it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
release it. And people rubbing my back. Just let it go, Michelle. And I was like, what am I letting go? Like, what if, and I'm like, what is going on? But release it. What am I? Oh my God. Okay. And it just.
Yeah. You had a big release too. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was.
And as we continue to go through the treatment and everything, like I would see you. Mm-hmm. And it's like you try to be incognito and me and Trust, we just sitting there looking like, yo, what is she doing? Why she act like can't nobody see her?
We see you.
Okay.
But then you start writing in your book and certain things, man, you talk by the table and you was like, yeah, I'm getting these names, and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking like, this is interesting. And even more so, I'm like, wow, like she's good. Obviously I never said anything, but seeing some of these names and I'm just like, how did she get this? This is what I'm thinking. I told her, I went to the room and I told her, I'm like, how does she get, like, she's good, but how is she getting this? Like, that's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Me
you
and
know,
my pendulum, we was partners.
yeah, you definitely were.
For sure.
But, you know, my thing was, it's like, it didn't alarm me
Nah.
in any way. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
That's the way I viewed it. I viewed it
Mhm.
like, this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
what is she doing? Like, how, like, what is her process? Like,
Mhm.
I get amazed by these things like that. It's like, oh, well, how do they do it? And it's like, as long as, like, I can see it, and it's like, okay, I get it. I get it. Like, the body language is a thing for me.
Yeah.
I can read the body language and things like, so I'm like, oh, okay. You don't have to say much. I can watch. I can see.
Listen, you know what? During Jamaica, Trust was the one that let me know. How do I want to say she let me know that things that I thought but didn't know, but thought, she let me know, oh yeah, I see you. And I used to be like, wait a minute, she see me. She see me for real. Okay. Like there was one moment where you was like, well, hello there. And I was like, who's she talking to? She talking to me.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe she talking to somebody else. I'm just there to pretend like I didn't hear that. I still don't know, but yeah, at that moment, based on what occurred, okay.
But
I learned a lot about Michelle in Jamaica. I will say that.
Nice.
I learned a lot. I got some answers. That's why I said I got what I expected and what I didn't expect. Because
I'm so glad you were guided to attend.
Because she almost didn't, right?
Ooh-wee. I don't know. Yeah, I almost didn't.
But yeah, I am, you know, just for this conversation with the three of us, I am happy for this.
Yes.
Because if not for that, I wouldn't get to know you as much as I know now. I know that's still not a whole bunch, but for the communications that we do have, it's always fun. It's always a good time.
Yeah. That's why I said we can call it shenanigans. It was conversation. I had to take the overthinking out of it. It's shenanigans. Like, just our conversations. It is what it is. And Michelle has to try to stay in the moment instead of being like, school world, let's go. I mean, I haven't picked up my phone except to point out a moment. I haven't chased a squirrel yet, at least not with my hands. Chase squirrels with my thoughts, but not my hands.
Yeah.
Because,
but
sometimes it just be not me, but it's me.
Yeah. And embrace it. Share it. You have a lot.
I don't have nothing to share right now.
No, I'm just No, but what I'm saying is, like, there's a lot to you. I mean, it's not hard to see.
I did like that line that you said, but you did prove yourself when you said hello. I'm like, bars. Bars. Let's go.
Oh, no, I proved myself when I said hello.
I said, ooh. I liked it. I feel like that has a lot of depth and meaning to it if you really dissect it. Like when you go through the whole, I'm gonna call it a piece, like a poem that what you wrote down and you got to that line. I was like,
See, things like that, I just be like, oh, okay, random thoughts. But
no,
it was a random thought. But what do I have to prove? My name is Michelle. I was born who I am. And now I'm growing to be somebody different. But I am who I am. Ain't that what they say?
I am who I am.
That's it.
Hey, hit a jig.
Shawty swing my way.
Hey. We like a good impromptu jam session.
Shawty swing my way. I wouldn't have did this for nobody else. You know what? No, I lied. I would do it for somebody else too. But I wouldn't have did this for nobody else.
See, and,
This
and
is a
that's the
lot.
thing. Like, if you share yourself, you have a
Great
air
personality.
This being is wild. This being is wild. She's absolutely wild. There was something else I was going to share, but I don't remember in this moment. I might think about it again in a minute.
Nah, you cool people.
Mm-hmm.
You cool
But
people.
you do be, even though you be, Mike, even though you be in the corner watching, you be coming up. I saw you. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw what you did. Oh. And then you be like, yeah, I was reflecting upon it. Oh, and you have told me that a million times. Oh, she's good. Mm-hmm. She's good. And then even when I hear that, it's kind of like, really? Like, I don't have to believe it, but I should believe it because somebody else is saying it. You don't have a reason to lie to me, though, right? Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, what about it was good? Like, what about it wasn't good? Like, then the overthinking part starts. Yes. Like, what did I do? All I did was said, the sky is beautiful. But, even though that's not what I do, I'm just saying, like, to me, it just seemed like.
It seemed regular.
But it's like, it seemed regular. But it's like, oh, okay, something in what I did got you where you like, I like that. That's good. Yeah. Like, it caught your attention. Mm-hmm. But I don't like the attention. So I think this might be where I struggle because let's just have a conversation.
See, but that's just the thing. When you just being yourself, it's like I said, it's not hard to see. I thought I was hiding in plain sight too. Mm-hmm. Until they, told me like, yeah, that's not it. That ain't it. And I was just like, really? I thought they was just here for her. No, they see you. They see you as well.
Too. They see you as well.
My whole thing.
I definitely did. I'm like, what's that right there? What's matter of fact, my first session I had with you, Trust, the very, very first one, I went back and reflected upon it recently. And I said, I wonder if that shadow that I kept seeing pop up in that, was that Mike? Because I kept seeing Trust like look up and like she was like addressing somebody but listening, but like who's she talking to? But at that time it wasn't, it just is what it is. But now what's it? Did you?
Because in the beginning,
that was Mike. He was there, but he wasn't there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the beginning, like I said, with the sessions, she do her thing. She, channeling everything. I said, and then remember, I used to wait to the end, and I would tell them about my travels. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, this happened, and I seen this, that, and that, and then I'm out. Like that was the very end, and then everybody leaves. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool.
But then on the one-to-ones, yep, he would be off to the side while I'm there doing it, so people don't really know he's there. And
I saw the shadow. What's that shadow right there? Who is that in the room? They paying attention, or they a part of the moment? But clearly they're a part of the moment. Their energy was there. Mm-hmm. But in what way was the energy being used? Mm-hmm. Who all over there?
Yeah. So as long as you're doing your thing, of course, with no harm to none, they're gonna see it regardless. And then you have a lot to offer. You really do.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
Yeah. So I guess I gotta act right with chronoskaleidoscope too. Okay. I ain't got no choice. Because why did you choose? That was another thing. Why did you choose me to be the one to create this? Like, do y'all ever wonder, like, when you create something and it's just like, I don't want to say out of this world, but out of this world, like just something where it's just like.
Yeah.
But that's the point that I'm making. It's in your work. That's what I'm saying. Go back and look at your work. Look at the detail. This is what I'm saying.
And I still say, why was I chosen to create this?
Yeah.
It's like when your kids, why did your kids choose? You chose me to, like, somebody, when they found out like they choose you, they were like, she said, so you mean to tell me my kids chose me? And I'm like, yeah, chose you to be their mama. She was like, she just started crying. Like, you chose me to birth this into this world. Like, it's like you honored in disbelief at the same time.
Yeah.
Because how? I mean, I know I did it. I mean, I'm capable of it. I did it. But you chose me to do this. You chose me. You chose me. Right? Like when you create your bracelets, you chose me to create this for this person.
Mm-hmm.
You chose me to do this for this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just spin this around a little bit. When you relay messages to people,
Mm-hmm.
like, do you trust, like, feel like you chose me, like I chose you, as Cher would say in this moment. I mean, you chose me to be here with you. This is your creation. This your world. I'm just here for you. You chose me. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like when you're doing it? Like, okay, this person chose me to be the one to give them this message, or even you, Mike. I want you to answer this as well, because you be getting messages, you be creating stuff, you be creating cards, you created or what is it, Ormus? Like, how do you feel when you creating those things and you know you're sharing this with someone else to help transform them?
I agree with what you said when you're like the disbelief, and it's like, wow, the wow moments. I don't always look at it and have that moment, because I guess after you do something so much over time, it's like, okay, this is just what I do now. So it's like, it's just being done. But there are still moments where you go back and you be like, huh, like wow, like I really, like, I really can do that. Like, like I'm really doing this. And one of the things that will always be one of my favorite is when you had a reading for your birthday, and you was like, do they have any messages for me? And I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm hearing the word toast. What does toast have to do with anything? And that still blows my mind to this day, because I'm just like, because Mimi, I'm sitting here like, toast.
Mimi?
Yeah, the Mimi. I'm like, what? Because when I hear toast, I'm thinking bread and butter. I'm like, why? Is that what she had for breakfast? Like, what are we talking about, toast?
And that was the theme of the week. Everybody, hey, toast is my birthday. Toast is my birthday. Toast was like, why am I saying toast? What is toast? Toast. I'm like, they telling me happy birthday. But I didn't tell Trust it was a birthday reading. Nope. I just said, I'm on a reading. Mm-hmm. And I had my intention set where I didn't want for anything. I just wanted them to give me cards. Yeah. Like, that's all I wanted was birthday cards. And so it was pretty cool when at the end she was like, toast, toast, toast. And I was like, oh, they telling me happy birthday. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm still stuck at that moment too. I know. He was like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, because I didn't want you to know that's what, like, I didn't want, but it was really like my birthday reading. Like, this is where you at, this is where you been, this is where you going. Mm-hmm. Boom. Let's get it.
But for me, for me, it's all right. We go. What's the question again? So I can make sure. What's the question again?
The question is, more or less, when you're providing readings or you're creating, do you ever kind of have the wonder moment where, oh, I created this, or oh, like I was chose to create this, or like the reflective moments on the creation? So
yes, I've had those, but that's why I actually asked you the questions, because I went through those processes, and through that is where what I call find the details. Like, I learned more about myself through that. Like, for example, when I was doing the cards, the light language, when I was told to do light language, I'm just like, I don't, like, how am I, like, where do I start with this? So even before the cards, I was in a book. I was doing it in a book, with the lines and everything, and me being me, I'm having everything proportioned, right? And I'm looking at everything this way, and I'm like, all right, everything is symmetrical. Like, I'm liking this. It's still freehand and everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then it's like, okay, let's step it up. Let's take the lines out. No grids, no lines. It's truly freeform. I'm like, okay, and there was times where I did struggle. And I'm just like, but then that told me, stop thinking so much. Like, stop putting pressure that's not necessary. Just flow, let it flow. So I just get to the point where I'm like, you know what? It was times where I was frustrated. Look, it's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm just doing like, however it comes out is how it's going to come out. And then I sit there and I'm like, all right, I'm done. Because I used to be like, okay, like you finish the schoolwork or whatever for the teacher, give it in. All right, look, I'm done. They sit with me and they explain, what do you see? Like, what do you mean, what do I see? I'm like, I don't know. This kind of looks, no, what do you see? And then they start to break it and I'm like, oh. So like, as I'm working with it, I'm starting to decipher some of the things. I'm not knowing nothing. I don't know anything, but as I'm finished, and now it's a couple cards in and I'll go back and I'll be like, wow, like I did that? Like, what made me do it? Because everything is freehand now. It is just like, well, how did I curve it? Like, how did I hit this part right here? It was one time that I'm just flowing. And I kid you not. If I could remember, if I could find it, I'll show you the picture. It looks like a whole bird on a post or something. And it's all in one swoop. One stroke.
Didn't take the
and
you look at it, when you look at it, it's like, no, you had to lift your hand up at some point.
There was no lift. All one stroke. All one stroke. And I was looking at it, I'm like, well, how do I mimic this? Like, and I'm trying to mimic it. I could not mimic it. So then I'm just like, when you truly just let yourself be, limitless, right? So now I'm doing Ormus. I know my intentions for what I want. I know what Ormus provides, right? I know many things it can aid you with. So I say, okay. Now, knowing with alchemy, your intentions are everything. So the way I would have it, I would go in the upstairs room, and it was times where I'm going for about half hour, 40 minutes or so. Like I'm going up there, I'm doing Ormus. I'm gonna be up there for a minute. She leaves me be. She leaves me be. There's a lot of times where she wasn't even in the room with me unless I told her, I was like, okay, I want you to help me with this. Right? I would sit there, I had a whole procedure, I do Reiki, like all these things I do. I talk to the Ormus, I lit my candle, I do a whole thing. I have my intentions. And as I'm doing that, I'm just like, why did it respond this way? Like, what's happening? The first one we did was the shooting star.
That's what we called it.
We called it the shooting star because after doing, sitting with the Ormus, I truly sit with the Ormus. I hug it, like I go third eye to the jaw. I sit, I warm I go through a whole process. And one day, I think I was coming to burp the jar. It was something I was there. And
we were wondering if it was ready.
I think it was right before I went to go taste test it. And we open it and that's like, it's things like just shooting up.
It's like, whoa.
And I'm like, what's happening? And I think we put it on YouTube on a different channel though.
No, that was the
oh no, that was the light
language one. That's
something different too. Again. So from these different experiences, and I'm just like, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it now. And I'm just like, huh. Like it was even a time where I was like, look at it. It kind of looked like clouds. And then I started drifting. Not necessarily drifting, but I'm just like, well, how are clouds made? And then, I'm going into other things. And then it start something, maybe for another time, but something about the moon and certain ways is structured and all these other things. And I'm just like, oh. That's why I say I be having these epiphanies. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's not just me working with the Ormus, but I'm starting to get other information on how the universe works and how other things are created. And I'm just like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. And
so if you didn't do that process, you wouldn't have got to this thought process.
Exactly. And again, sometimes I go back and I look at it and it'd be like, wow. Like I am capable of these things. People tell you, oh, you can do this. And you don't believe it yourself until you actually see the work. And then now that you see the work, you actually dissect it in detail. And you say, oh, now it goes even deeper. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, child.
She said, "Oh, child."
It just when you think about just the nose, it just I don't know.
Yeah. So again,
I don't know.
for that, I say share. You know what you're capable of. You have nothing. You have nothing to prove.
Mm-mm.
You're here to help the collective, and as you help the collective pours back. It is what it is. No, it's truth. It's truth.
I'm glad this ain't a visual. Ooh.
It's truth.
Mm.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I understand. Oh, child.
Yeah, it's, I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot.
Wait.
That's a lot.
It's a lot we just went through.
We really did. And when you think about it, it definitely is a full circle moment. It is a full circle moment. Mm-hmm.
Only fitting for the full circle moon.
Full circle moon.
That one that's in Sagittarius, right? Right.
Oh man.
So the funny about the natal chart for when we were to begin today, right? The first house had Sagittarius, which is the rising sign, which means we coming with knowledge, wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
growth, expansion, right? The 11th house has Leo or had Leo. And then the communication, right? Because right now we're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Communication was on the 8th house, which is also had Gemini there and also had Uranus. And those were the things that I pointed out to myself that I wanted to see where they were to have this interaction. So I know pretty much what we were going to do. So we basically shined light on just being what you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Be who you're supposed to be. Expansion, knowledge, grow. And that Leo says, I'm the sun, I shine.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. Don't look at me. Oh, child. I can't believe I got me to do this. That's fine, though. It is what it is.
It is
I'm
what
still
it
nervous.
is.
Even in this moment, I'm still nervous.
Nah, not after almost 2 hours.
I'm still nervous because Michelle is like, oh my God, girl, you was like rambling all the way up the street and up the block. And oh, you know what? I do want to, one thing I want to share when we was talking about cars
Mm-hmm.
and how you're led to do something, right? Where you follow the guidance. There was this car that I was looking at. I didn't even need a new car. But I was mad because this lady had rear-ended me and I had to get a new window in the back. And it was a hatch. But it just was different now. Like she hit me. It was messed up, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me go look. Let me go see what kind of cars are out there. Boom. All right. So I found this one lot. I'm like, oh, okay. They got this Ford Expedition. I ain't never really even been interested in a Ford Expedition, but because I'm looking and the price looked right, let me go look. And I was like, oh, they got it on the lot. Let me go to the lot and look at it. As soon as I get there, the man says, oh, you know what? We just sold it. All right. I'll holler at you. I don't want to look at nothing else. My dream car at that time was the GMC Yukon. Okay. Mm. This one particular box style, just with the little rounded, that one. I didn't want the old one, that one. So when I told the man, I'm done, if I'm gonna go, I'll holler at you. I turned around and started walking up the hill, and what's right in front of me? The back of this particular vehicle. And I said, oh. And I think he saw the light. Like, he was like, you want to get in it? Huh. I sure do. And when I got in it, the dream that I had about a vehicle that I was going to sit in was the dash that was in front of me, because in the dream, I couldn't figure out why the dashboard was eye level. And when I got in the vehicle, because you had to kind of come up a little bit, I said, oh shit, the dashboard is eye level. I never got back in that other car. Ever. I just got in there to clean it out. Like, and again, I was not even going to buy a car.
Right.
I went to go look at a car.
Mm-hmm.
It was my dream vehicle. And I literally rode it till the wheel fell off. When I say the wheel fell off, I got it fixed and rode it some more.
Oh, man.
Because a bolt or something fell off. I was going to get on the highway and I heard something go click, click. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, no.
I'm driving down the highway. And all of a sudden, some say, I was like, oh my God, what was that? So I had to get off the highway. And the man was like, oh yeah, the axle broke.
Ooh.
Wow.
On the highway. Of my dream vehicle. I got the axle fixed. But I drove the car to the wheel fell off.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. And then the only reason I got rid of it was, don't laugh at me, y'all. And Mike, I know you're gonna say something about this, but when I went to go have surgery, I was like, this is where I was telling you, the man was like, you wanted to live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had planned to, when I go have surgery, y'all can take me. But before I leave, I'm gonna go buy this other car because it's my dream car. Like, I like this car. And I just want to be able to experience it before I go. But we both still here. Yeah. But that's the only reason I traded that car in, because it was like, okay, I want to do, that one was 20 years old. I'm like, what, let me just get something new, just to say I experienced it, because it's push start now. Like, I was amazed when I rented a car, and I was like, why the fuck did the car just stop while I'm at a light? Like,
right.
I'm dropping too many F-bombs. I'm too comfortable now. So I was like, I'm going to take this car back, because what is going on? Why is the car stalling every time I come to a light? And that's when I found out, oh, it's conserving the battery or whatever. I was like, oh. And then the push to start, and then I used to see the people walking up to the car. I'm like, these people don't lock their car doors. They don't have to. They ain't pulling no keys out. I was so far behind. But yeah, I traded the car in, because the car that I have now, I saw it in white. It was like the top of the line. I don't even like white cars, but this car, every time I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Like, that car is fly. Like, that car is amazing. Mm-hmm. So I got that car. And yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
It was like my best worst decision. Does that make sense? Because what Michelle, why did you go? I wasn't gonna pay no car note.
That's what you thought.
Oh man. Yeah, it's all good. I said all that just to share my car moment too. How I ended up with my dream car twice. And matter of fact, even when I got that car, I went for a different color. And we already sold it. But here's this one. I don't want to pay more. No, I just... the things we do.
Yeah.
The things we do. Go do this. Now, why would I take that little wild hair moment and go do that?
Oh,
No, it don't matter. I'm finna go anyway. Imagine that. I laugh now, but in that moment I was serious. And the surgeon said, "Oh, we had to bring you back twice." Why? I was mad at her. I love her, but I was mad at her. I ain't mad today.
Nope.
In that moment,
for a reason.
Yes, here for a reason.
I said, "I'm still here." She said, "Yeah." Okay.
You're here for a reason. You have a purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo-wee. And then the creation was on full-fledged.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to say one more thing with Chronoskaleidoscope, and then, I go where y'all want to go. So, Chronoskaleidoscope, even though it's cool all over there, Chronoskaleidoscope is a way where no two reports are the same. I've been trying to figure out how to put this together, even though I know how, but every report I do is different. So it basically highlights who you are based on your natal chart, the planets, and the asteroids. Certain asteroids we don't even think about. We like, okay, put this number in there. And I'll be like, what number? And then I go look it up and I see where it said, and I'm like, oh shit. So asteroids support a lot that's going on that we don't really give credit for. It's in there. It's a lot of them. But Chronoskaleidoscope has a, but I'm changing the name of part of it. But yeah, okay. that's another part of Chronoskaleidoscope where I help you remember who you are. Who you are. Who you are. Like, why are you playing? Ooh, see? Like, why I play? And when I look at that report about it, I'm like, that's me. This is describing me. It's yeah. We everybody needs to stop playing with ourselves.
Yeah.
We some beautiful beings.
Absolutely.
Some people just use it for maybe they're being authentic to themselves, and that's what matters most. Who knows?
Yeah. We can't judge.
We can't judge. We listen and we don't judge. But I judge. I judge every day, all day. Like that girl that couldn't understand why 5 minus 5 plus 5 was 0. But why? I don't understand. Girl, what? What is 0? What? But that ain't right. What do you mean it's not right? Oh my God. Okay. We're gonna leave that word saying.
All right. Well, what else do you have going on? Like shout yourself out for all of that. You do the kaleidoscope. And
what do I have going on? I mean, trust. I'm still trying to digest that description. But Chronos Kaleidoscope. That's. I'm coming back to it. I left it for various reasons. Again, it's just like I don't want to create things out of anger, but I'm learning give that anger a voice too. Even if it want to be like it want to create something beautiful, well, I'm gonna let it create something beautiful. But part of anger, I ain't gonna say it was anger. It was a lot, but it was anger, disappointment, and some more stuff. But that's where Celestial Alchemy Cosmic Blends comes into play, which is also a part of Chronos Kaleidoscope. And Celestial Alchemy Cosmic Blends, long story short, I use the tools that are available to me to create essential oil blends that, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with yourself when you choose it. Somebody else, one day when I was telling them about it, they were like, "Oh, I need number." They told me the number, and I was like, "You don't even know what it is." And when I went to look at what number it was, and I said, "This is what it's called, and this is what it's for." They were like, "Oh, I just had a recent conversation about that." So they ended up getting a custom oil blend for themselves. And when they smelled it, it said, "Oh, it took me back to when I was a baby in the womb." And yeah,
that's cool.
Don't play with me. Don't play with yourself. And then when I posted the lemon one, trust you said, "Oh, so you over there doing witchy stuff." I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being obedient. But yeah. As the yeah. So I'm cocky without being cocky, if that's the thing. Like I know, don't play with me, but without saying that I'm humble.
Yeah.
Like how do I know how to put that together? How do I know that? Because the sky told me to do it. That's what the sky said, "Hey, Michelle, come here." I come outside and I look at the clouds, or I look at the moment. Oh, let me go look at the natal chart. Let me see who called me outside right now. Who talking to me? Then I put Michelle, create the oil blend for such and such and such. And I sit there and my zone, me and my phone. And boom. Yeah. There's a lot of different oil blends. I'm actually behind. I think I'm in trouble a little bit. But yeah, I tell people who I'm not here for. I'm gonna say this: if you were in front of me and we were having a moment, and it was one of those moments where, okay, I'm gonna say yes just so you can leave me alone. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not here to talk to trust. I'm here to talk to the controller behind trust. I'm not here to talk to Mike. I'm not that. Even when I did the moment with on the awakening room that one time, I'm not here to talk to that person. I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna talk to behind you, because that's the person that ultimately is the one that's growing, right?
Yeah.
Trust is just the name that you go by now. Mike is just the name that you go by right now. I don't want to talk to you. You don't matter. You matter, but you don't matter. I'm going behind the scenes, and I don't miss, but I don't want to waste my time.
Right.
And I say I don't want to waste my time because, like, perfect example, recently, I did a moment for somebody where they were asking me about a relationship. This is why I don't like doing relationship stuff. The girl was like telling about how the guy was abusive and how he had burned her and how did this and that. And it was like painting this picture of, I shouldn't be with him. Even the cards told her, that's not what you need. Like, you don't need that. She's married to him now.
Okay.
At that time, they were girlfriend and boyfriend. But if I'd have went deeper, I might have made a difference. But this is why I pull away from people saying, you're a healer. What am I healing? Who am I healing?
Right.
I plant the seed, and I can cultivate the soil within so that you can change and shift.
Right.
But how are you going to grow? How are you going to manage what I left behind?
Right. Because it's up to them.
It's up to them. And that's another kind of like another reflective moment. When I was maybe early 20s, this man came to me random. It was random for me, but I don't know. It was like my mom and this man was kind of an ambush moment. And he was basically like, you know who you are? And I was like, no, whatever. Like, and he said, we got to talking, and I was like, man, he was like, tell me something that you don't want anymore. Like something that you don't want. And I was like, my hands are always heavy. It's like, I don't want to feel this heaviness in my hands anymore. They're always heavy. And he said, okay, tell me I can have it. And hold your hand out and tell me I can have it. And I said, you can have it. And my hand just dropped to the table. And I looked down like, well, that was awkward. And he said, do you know what you just did? And I was like, no. And he said, you just gave me your gifts. Your hands are healing hands, and you just gave it away. Like, you gave away what you're supposed to be using. And I was like, oh, shit. Put me in a different perspective. So I was like, okay. So now Michelle's like, now what are we going to do? So then he was like, just because of who I am, I'll give it back to you. And when he gave it back, my hands are heavy again. My hands are always heavy. Even with the session with you, you was like, your hands. What is it with your hands? Like, your hands. What is it with your hands? So that taught me a lesson. But I said all that to say, that man told me, I have my best friend. This is the only person that I will call my best friend. She's no longer here. But he said, you can heal her. And I was like, how can I heal her? Doesn't she have to heal herself? I don't want that responsibility to say I'm the one that's healing you, because I'm not the one that's healing you. You have to make that decision yourself. I don't want that responsibility. So that's why I think I fight as say, and when people, oh, you're a healer, we're here to heal. Like, how am I healing you? That's not my responsibility. I can help you. I know I can help. I know I can. You're going to feel the shift instantly. If I put like the effort, you don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. You don't have a choice. And I say that lightly, but heavily at the same time. You don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. But who am I to say that I can heal you? I know I can, but you got to want that healing too. Everybody, you have to want to change. You have to want different. If you don't want different, who am I to come along and you say, oh, you know what, give me a message. What are you going to do with that message when I give it to you?
Right.
Are you going to just put it on the shelf, or you, oh, well, Michelle said it, so it's true. If you don't believe what I just told you, it's not going to go anywhere. Right? It's not. Like, you got to want to. We got to stop resisting. Like, I know I resist. I know I do. I'm not afraid to say no. But sometimes when I say no, it's because, like, what are you going to do with it? Why are you using my energy for something? It's mine.
Yeah. It be those moments.
It's mine, and it's valuable. I think that's why I'm selfish. Because what are you doing with it?
Good.
Yeah.
Why y'all let me do that? You a grown woman.
Yep.
You gotta let you express yourself.
Yeah, this the space.
Because y'all asked me one, see, squirrel.
It's doing what it needs to do.
Exactly. Doing what it needs to do. But
I call myself a gangster for a reason.
Gangsters need love too.
Hey. Ooh, child. Okay.
Yeah. This was a great conversation. Yeah. I truly, truly do appreciate you sharing so much with us and participating. We really do appreciate it. Can't you tell?
Can't you tell?
Yeah. I did that little moment. Like, it's what?
Yeah, we really do appreciate you and allowing yourself to open up with us. And tell, all the listeners.
Yeah.
This is
because y'all don't edit.
No.
Nah, everything is raw.
It's raw and real, baby.
It's gonna be interesting to hear myself.
But I guarantee, even with that, you'll still catch things there. So again, I appreciate you.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody, thank y'all for listening. Chime in the comments, your thoughts, perspectives, join the conversation. And again, round of applause to Michelle.
Appreciate you, sis.
Again, thank you for having me. I hope I didn't lose y'all in my tangents. Okay. I can exhale now. Okay.
Yes, you can exhale, and we will allow y'all to hear us on the next episode.
We talk to y'all later.
Love is love.
Love is love always.